welcome to the Sunday night hanging right here. Apparently every Sunday. Holiday, doesn't matter. We just get paid time and a half. That's how that works. I'm Ben, and it's a Christmas Day spectacular. Broke out the holiday shirt even, folks. With the ZZ
Very
top, Happy Holidays right on there. You know, it's got a snowflake and everything. Perfect. You know, over the green shirt. Perfect. Yep, that's it. We've got Trev, we've got Billy Baloney, we've got Hip Metalworks joining in. Possibly others. We'll see. You know, live without a net. That's how we work. Wow, we already got 32 people in the chat. I just knew we'd have a turnout tonight because the in-laws are all sick of us. We know. We've got, who do we got in here? We got Ryan Hall, Octopus Ears, Dennis Ellis, Ferd Burfel, JP Page 2 is alive and well. There's Terry's 3Gs, Michael Kraus, BC Rich 581, Hobo Roadie, Gary Davlin, super fan Gary Davlin, that is. Awesome what you did with Steve with the pick giveaway, by the way. That was awesome. Paul McNary and the Cats, Eddie Fay, Blackjack Guitar. Who else we got in here?
Doorman
Santiago, still alive in Buffalo. I've said hello to them. My knees hurts here. Awesome. Gary's here. Who else we got here? That's Guitar 1952. That's also the other Gary. Yeah. John Gregory, hello. This is I want to wish Ben Coombs and his family a wonderful rockin' Christmas from Munster, Indiana. Awesome.
Right on.
Awesome. Who else we got in here? Early days. All talking to each other. Perfect. Randy Crooks is in here. Herb of Fireside Studio. First in the chat. Awesome. Go down the bottom. There's unfucking believable. Nice. Jeff K. LRM Guitars. Guitar Man 45. Mr. Anderson 59. John ZD351. Already Boxing Day there. Yep. Perfect.
Wow.
I like it. I don't see any mistletoe. I'm relieved. Well, there's some in the glass saxophone. Yeah, that's what we call it. Yeah. Yeah, so welcome one, welcome all. I'll get for Christmas. I don't know. We've kind of postponed Christmas temporarily due to, conditions and such. So I'm going to get together with Amanda at some point. I don't know, but I guess technically I got a couple early Christmas gifts. One, to get that new mixer going. John DeShane, what's up? He's off to Christmas dinner. That's fine. Eat. Dan, New Jersey. What's going on? So, to work that new mixer, at first my phone didn't want to recognize it, and it turns out it was a cable situation. But so instead I got a new iPad out of the suit. Well, I got a new iPad. I got an iPad because I've never had an iPad. So I got an iPad. So got that. So I'm going to try shooting videos with it and stuff. So we're going to see how that works. At wider angle lens. Not sure how I feel about it. You can see the ceiling and my pedal board at the same time. I don't know. It's like walleye vision. I thought, hey, it could be unique to the channel. And then I was telling Trev, what was it, a couple weeks ago now, got a phone call out of the blue. Philip Aspey, what's happening, my friend? I got a phone call out of the blue from Long and McQuaid, Billy. They're like, hey, you were in here back in June and you bought a Dane Electro pedal? I was like, clearly, Long and McQuaid doesn't know me. Clearly. I went, oh, did I now? They said, yeah, well, it finally arrived. Do you still want it? Or we got a guy here who's interested, or we can just put the credit on your account. Oh, I said. What's the credit for? I said, around $70 or something like that. Which I'm thinking, who would pay $70 for a Dane Electro pedal? But whatever. Right. And so before I figured they would come to their senses, Ken, I said, I'll be over. Right over. I said, just credit my account. I'll be right over. So hopped in the van. As I'm going over, I'm thinking, what were they thinking? Dane Electro. Then it hit me. Bing! Wait, we have a sound effect for that, I think. Do we have a sound effect for that? Bing. Yeah. Bing. I had one of them. And I went, it is the year of the Dodd. Did the Dodd get put into the database as a Dane Electro? Because I did buy a Dodd or two from them this year.
Perhaps.
So that's what I figured was the mix-up in my head. But hey, River Docks. Good to see you, my friend. So went over, and I called my sister on the way, and I let him in. I'm like, this is what's going on. And she's like, that's ridiculous. But she's like, get something you totally wouldn't get for yourself.
A Dan electro pedal?
No. Good call. So I went in there, and I've been eyeing on these for a while. Brother Aaron, what's going on? So I used the store credit because I wouldn't normally buy this. But I got myself, in white no less, an Ernie Ballsack curly cable.
Oh, nice.
And the reason I say I would never normally buy this is because these are $65 Canadian.
Wow.
No. I can buy 3 cables for $65. So we got that, and then we also got a pack of strings to go on something at a later time and or date. What's up, Matt Stewart? So, and when I went in, the manager's like, "Oh, you're a band." I'm like, the jig is up. And she's like, "We're wondering what's going on, blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just here to spend it. And I'm like, "Yeah, fill your boots." And I'm like, "Believe me, I will."
Yeah.
But then I did the karma thing because as the gentleman was ringing this through, or whatever you call it, another employee came over and they said, "Hey, can you go help the fella over there? Because he's interested in buying a pedal." So I heard, I'm like, "Oh." I said, "Let me assist." He says, "I don't think I need it." I said, "Well, you're getting it." And so we walked over and we said, "What kind of pedal do you want?" He says, "I want something that changes my sound." Mm-hmm.
You'd be more vague.
Well, that's pretty much every pedal on the market. So we've narrowed it down to all of them. So the employee's looking in the pedal display thing, and he's, I don't know what we should get for you. I had this, I don't know, call it an epiphany, Billy, but I actually asked the kid, "What kind of music do you play?" What a concept, right? And the employee looks at me like, "Well, that's a dumb question." Not really, if you know what the fuck you're talking about in life. So,
yeah, you're not going to sell a rainbow machine to a jazz player.
Exactly. This is what I'm saying. Hey, Terry woke up. No, he didn't. He just decided to pop out of the chat and onto the screen. Just leaps right there. Anywho's, and how's it? So I said, what do you play? And he says, classic rock type stuff. I said, okay. My next question was, what kind of amplifier do you have? And his response was, I think it's a Fender. Now, I should preface, I think the kid was maybe 18, maybe. Because his mom was there, and she's looking at me smiling. She's, "Wow, you really know about pedals." I'm like, "It's kind of my job." And she thought that was kind of odd, but sure. And so figured out he plays a Fender amp, and he likes a classic rock, so I didn't want him to spend a fortune, so I pulled an Electro Harmonics crayon out of the case. I said, "That's the pedal for you. You'll like this." I didn't even ask what kind of guitar he had. Didn't care, because I know that crayon works with a Lester Pulvis or a Strat or a Tele, because I've used it with all of them. So, yeah, that was the story on that. Which, so I figured give back a little, help. And then also got him a capo. I said, "You got a capo?" He's, "No." I said, "You should get a capo." And then picks. He goes, "They don't know what kind of picks to get." So I grabbed the old Dunlop variety pack. I said, "This will help you decide what pick you like." Oh, what a brilliant concept. That's why they do them. So, yeah, his mom was happy. I was happy. Didn't get her number. Should have. What's up, Mercy? Good to see you. Squire Telecaster in the house. Yeah, that was... Did a fella get a job in a music store? Well, you'd be surprised, Blackjack Guitar. Generally, if I'm hanging out in the music store, the customers come up to me before the employees for some reason.
You should at least got
Look like you know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, Billy, was that he should have got a commission at least.
And by the way, cheers, folks, tonight. Since it's a holiday celebration, we have a Mexican Coca-Cola.
He's into the good stuff.
Cheers, bingo.
Back in my day,
I think
Mexican
I'll join
Coke
you
was
in
a whole
that.
different thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Didn't come in a bottle.
Right? Yeah, and it wasn't a Capri Sun pack. You didn't poke the straw through the pack. Can you just imagine like Capri Sun's? Wow. Okay. That would be interesting. Oh, there, hey, look at that. We got a bowl pre-packed. I don't know how that happened. Must have been elves.
Show prep.
And yes, Herbert Fireside Studio wanted me to do a taste test comparison between a Mexican Coca-Cola and a Mexican Strat, see if they taste the same. I'm pretty sure they do.
That's funny.
Yeah, we got brother Aaron in the chat. Always good to see Aaron. Was chatting with him earlier today. That's why the elves are green. That makes perfect sense. Yes. I love it because it's a guitar community, because people are like, Mim Coke is the best. It's just automatically Mim.
Actually, yeah, that's funny. Thinking about it, yeah.
What's the difference between Mim Coke and MIA Coke? The Mim Coke's actually better. Oh, okay.
One's made with real sugar, one isn't.
Well, it is good. That is Coke Classic, in my opinion. And they don't even put Classic on there. They're like, nope, she's just Coca-Cola because we never changed. Fair enough.
Mess around.
There's the hitman himself, Dwight Bailey.
Hey, Dwight.
I was watching a video the other day, Terry, and the guy was talking about his friend Dwight. That's how he I'm like, ooh, like Dwayne. I went, interesting. And I would really like to call Dwight Dwight, but I don't want to insult him. But if he lets me, I'm going to start calling him Dwight. I was just like, really? Dwight? Tone Coat. Yep.
Does anyone still have a gray curly cable from Radio Shack? Oh my god.
Woo! Guitar Man 45, you must have been bounced off the walls. 4 balls of Coke in one day.
I bet it was a pretty busy day around. I'm sure the compound has a few.
Yeah,
guests.
Dwight. Michael Gross. Dwight. He's like, that's all right. It's Dwight. What?
Right in the house.
Oh, cool. Pigtone analog chorus pedal for third Burful.
Nice. Yes, they can, John. My name generally gets stretched out the further south you go, I find. I don't know why.
Button? Hey, how you doing, Button?
LRM says, got 70 style Fender tuners and neck plate. Going to do a complete mode to a Squire. Okay. I need some 70s, late 60s, early 70s style Fender tuners for my early 70s Fender guitar. Because those tuners are shot.
I wonder if that neck plate is the 3-bolt.
That's a question.
If it's the 70s.
Yeah. Is it 3 or 4? Wiring minds like us want to know. Is that William De Silva? I've never seen the singer from the Iron Cross band, Herb, but I'm going to probably agree with you.
Doesn't have as much bite. It's a little more smooth.
Yeah. It almost like, I found it almost simulated like when you would have a glass of pop with ice and a little bit of the ice melts just a bit.
Right.
It just smooths out. It's not quite as fizzy, but it's not flat. Mad Raj.
Oh, you mean the difference between the American and the Mexican with the cane sugar?
Yeah, it's much smoother.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd have to say I like that aspect of it.
It's that Rio Grande water they use.
Yep.
Right? Should we be boiling this first?
Or maybe there's
That's
some.
that's a lot of information there, Ryan Hall. That's all the information. By the way, Ryan Hall's coming up on his 1 month anniversary being a channel member. He's going to be upgrading to his toque very soon. Oh,
Yeah, nice.
Guy here. Oh, Tom's all set up watching. Tom's got like a Rubbermaid tote full of, wow, a lot. Yeah.
It's
All right,
it's
yeah.
a very green Christmas for him, is it, Ben?
Well, let's just say he stopped by the local place and he said to me, I saved $1,000, Terry. I saved $1,000. So I'm like,
Wow.
I don't know how much you spent to save $1,000, but I'm going to guess more than $1,000.
Very
Unless it was a half price
Tom.
sale. So enjoy, Tom. We'll check in on you for New Year's. 'Cause,
If he's capable of it.
you know,
You know, does
he's
Tom
like, wow,
make
the
butter?
holidays just
Or,
flew by. Yeah, for you.
you know, if you got that much, make some butter or some, edibles or something.
I meant to go pick up some, but then storm situation. You're
Yeah,
on,
that was-
remember, RJ.
I guess
Sure.
I was smart when I got some things ahead of time.
Well, you get it next to your name in the chat, Brian. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to actually send you a toque, but you get a virtual toque.
I don't know what you're touking about.
Yeah. Please hit thumbs up if you haven't already. Helps out algorithms and such. I don't know stuff.
How you doing, Dwight?
No snow in GTA, just cold. Yep. Blackjack Guitar asks, how much snow in Belleville? Well, we accumulated from the storm starting on Thursday 0. Why? Excuse me. Because it rained for a couple hours prior, so that cinched down all the existing snow, turned it into basically ice, and then that flash froze. And then we've had all the wind, so all the wind. Yeah, wasn't really staying too much. Charles is in lurk mode. In other words, Charles's family is not quite sick of him yet, so he's just dipping in. Oh, okay.
I wonder how much fabric you got for Christmas.
Good question.
No. Will you just hurry up and open it, Dad? He's looking at the wrapping paper. Wow, I wonder if I can get this in fabric.
Or
A
even
little better
better,
job on recording.
I wonder how good Christmas wrap would do on a guitar.
Not.
Never mind the fabric version of it.
It would just crinkle right up with that much glue, probably, and
Well, it's Paisley Tellies. I guess they use like wallpaper.
right. Yeah.
They just shot a finish over that, but wallpaper will hold up to water better than wrapping paper, I guess.
We used to do the decoupage things when we were kids. Basically white glue.
Yeah,
Not
much
much Murray? Ooh, 2 feet of snow overnight. That sucks, Blackjack Guitar. Yeah.
Ooh.
Now, granted, I haven't been to the house since Thursday.
Well,
Yeah.
a certain guy, his mother-in-law ordered a cake for Christmas.
Oh,
It needed to get picked up on Christmas Eve. Guess who got to go and pick up the cake in the middle of a blizzard?
Jeez.
I was thinking about you about that, Billy, because I watching the weather and I'm hearing friends like the Michiganders, and I'm like, you're caught in the middle. I'm like, oh, this is not good. It's like,
Well, I just bought a brand new car like last week, and I'm driving. I'm like, I'm gonna smash it. I know it. Somebody's gonna hit me.
right.
Right.
I saw
Would you
the
grab them?
photo of the new wheels. Congrats on that.
Yeah, I'm not
And
gonna-
also a jealousy factor of 8.3 on your sunroom on the house. I love those sunrooms with all the
Oh,
windows.
that's my neighbor's.
Oh, well, your neighbor then.
Yeah. And want to know a little secret about that sunroom? It flooded, I guess, and they took everything out of it. And they opened up the windows to air it out, Well, the windows are still open.
Oh my god.
So there's about a half a foot of snow in there now. The windows have been open since like August.
Nice. Guitar Man 45 says, today did not go anywhere. Half my family showed up because of the storm. Most of the celebration was yesterday. We call it Vigilia. I assume it's pronounced the WSV, Polish. Christmas Eve Vigil. Very cool.
Nice.
Still snowing in Jim's neck of the woods. Well, you're on the west side of Michigan. So, yeah, you're just all, yeah.
Yeah, the lake effect.
I'm recalling the weather portion of our Zoom calls that we have, getting to know everybody better. And I really get in-depth weather reports, and I love it.
Yeah, like I was
It's unbelievable
saying
saying you had to put on a hoodie because it only went to 70. Yeah. Sure. Oh, sweet. Thank you. No, yeah, that's not how you spell toque. For some reason, it's Toque.
Yeah. That's a weird spelling for it, yeah.
I always look at it and think of torque.
Yeah, I know. It's
Yeah,
torque with
yeah.
the R.
You're
I'm
right,
like,
Billy.
for toque? Don't mind if I do. Ooh, William Silva has to pull my JVM out of the chassis today, swap it, power switch, stressful digging around in there. I bet.
Ooh.
Zap. Yeah.
Yeah, watch those caps.
Yeah, last time I messed around with amplifier, it caught on fire, so just saying.
Wow, I didn't know that they actually had a beaver emoji.
We have a what now?
A beaver.
Beaver emoji.
Oh, that wasn't me.
No, not for the channel. I meant Ryan Hall and his comment. Looks
Oh,
like
yeah.
3
Look at
beavers.
that. Nice.
Well, hey, Canada, eh?
The more
Well,
you know.
yeah, exactly.
Hey, there's Paul Leonard Ewing of Stompbox Steels, the #1 blog on the inner Google regarding pedals. Just saying. Yeah, he had a power outage. That was, not much. You were just upwind from where the train got trapped, and then the tree fell on the train. And then they sent another train the next day to pick up the passengers stuck on the train. And then they're like, no, we're good. We have relatives picking us up. We're going to drive. We are not getting on another train. Ooh.
I'm never taking the train again.
That would be fun to watch, River Docs. I love watching a dusting of snow and sleet in eastern Florida or anywhere in Florida because they're just not prepared. And you can and then you can watch. You go, hey, there's a retired Canadian. There's a retired Canadian. Because they're like, got this. You thought I was crazy, Martha, for packing the snow shovel when we retired down here.
Wow, lots of power outages.
How do you
Like I
make
said.
me now?
Yeah, North Carolina had half of all the power outages it seemed in the U.S. this weekend. They had all.
I had 2 here on Friday. One at 10 in the morning and then one at 10:30 at night. It was like, oh, yay.
Unbelievable says, almost pushed the button to buy a Framus Cobra today. Thoughts? I gotta look one up. I gotta familiarize myself. Framus.
Yeah, I'm not sure what
You?
one the Cobra is.
I think I remember them from
What am I looking up again?
Framus
Cobra.
Cobra.
Framus
Cobra.
Hey, if the
Oh,
question
so I
is,
can
should I
have-
buy a new guitar? The answer is always yes.
Yeah, remember what happened last time he asked, though? He ended up with a vintage Strat.
Oh, it's an amp.
Oh, it's an amp. Oh, it is, too, isn't it?
Well,
Look
it's
at
an
that.
amp?
I did not know they even did amps. I'll be
Ooh,
dead.
that's got all
Wow,
of that.
that looks rather metal looking.
I like
3
it.
channel, 100 watts.
Ooh.
I think I do remember a solid state they did years
I just want to look at a
ago.
photo of the front. All right, we got all the knobs. All right, so it's got 3 sets of 6 knobs and then 4 knobs. And there's a whole bunch of switches. All right.
Do you have to go to school to learn how to work that thing?
Wonder what it sounds like. Amazing clean. It's like a jazz chorus with tons of headroom. Okay. Mid basement blues breaker territory. Sure. Takes pedals. Yep. Seeing all the usual comments. Depends what they want for it. You know, they want $1 million. No. They want $50. Yes.
I would say probably one of the most difficult ones to try to figure out would be the Ola England Randall Diablo 666 amp with the 6 channels.
I'm going to say no, Terry, because that sounds like the H9 of amp heads. No. I don't want to have to consult with Manuel every time I want to adjust my amp.
That's what I meant.
Dylan Washburn. Merry Christmas,
Hey,
both
Dylan.
you guys. 1,500. That seems to be about the going rate, I think I saw. If I'm not mistaken.
I've got the price history up from Reverb. You want to see it?
Oh, actually, yeah, it looks like price history is up over $2,000. So, yes.
Right.
Wow.
I'm going to have to tell you.
February.
Yeah, unless the market drops out on it. Seems like a pretty I don't know, is it their version of like a BE? It kind of seems like, you know, with the nice clean side. Or actually, no, more like the Steve Stevens.
Similar products are Mesa Boogie, Carbon, Marshall. I don't know if they're any accurate on that.
We'll just mention all the amp companies. They're like them.
Yeah.
Yep, they're 100 watts. Very similar.
How is it like them? It's 100 watts. They have tubes and makes your guitar louder.
Right.
All right, touche.
Ola apparently had one back in the day. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Guitar Man
Solid
45 is
state.
already browsing Reverb. See if he can snag on it. The Cobra is solid state. Oh, so it's a solid. Ooh, I don't. Oof. Man, that has to be one fine solid state amp to be fetching $2,000.
Yeah.
Kudu.
Yeah, I
And it
don't
would
think
be
they
no
didn't
please
make them for
that
very
much.
long either.
Well, I was getting Mesa Boogie vibes by the look of it. What's up, Tom Raines? Yeah, I that's I don't know.
Yeah. 1,500 for solid state, but it's under the Framus brand name, so it should be boutique.
Who needs 100 watts? Well, you might have to
doesn't need
solid state because it'll probably act like a 50 watt.
The power is nice, just for the headroom. And if you like loud, clean, that's the only way to go.
Now, explain why it would have like a Roland Jazz Chorus clean channel, especially if it's solid state, because they just blink. Here's the circuit. That's true, my niece. Quilter has a solid rep. Cobra is a death metal doom amp. Well, okay. Katana can do that.
At a third of the price. Well, actually, that's true. The Katana Mark II had.
See, I like it. I like Chris's response. I need 100 watts. How else do I piss off the neighbors? Right?
There's other ways.
I generally piss mine
Yeah,
off just
dog.
by moving in. That's the first step. Just move in. Yeah, make sure to move all your gear in while they're out, you know, mowing the lawn or doing yard work, so they see all the speaker cabs and amp heads, and they're like, "Oh, great!"
You really
Got
want
Spinal
to
Tap moving in next
start
door.
bringing in a bunch of drums.
Yeah,
That would be worse.
drums
Yeah.
would be.
My grandfather lived next door to a drummer. That went on day and night.
iPad.
Well, of course, the Cobra did well in Sweden. Stompbox, since Framus is pretty much a European company.
Well, there's a lot of heavy music in Sweden, so it makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they love their metal there.
Yeah, and Solid State is great for metal because it is like a punch in the face. Hey, Zach! Merry Christmas to you, my friend.
Hey, Zach.
Cheers, Zach, bro.
Hey again.
Cheers, Zach.
Well, I remember before I started playing guitar, I started on bass, and I remember getting home early from school and plugging in my bass and was giving her, and my sister got off the school bus after me, and she's like, I could hear you as soon as I got off the bus. I was like, oh, okay. That's,
Cool.
houses away. Wow. I'm not even sure I had a window open.
I mean, a Mark Tremonti 15 through 212. That should be pretty loud.
Yeah. But it could be louder.
If you want it to be louder, just add a power amp to it.
I'm like, that's only 15 watts. It could be louder. You could go louder. I am shocked that Unbelievable doesn't own a 100-watt head or a 50-watt head. I'm kind of shocked at that, but
I've never owned a 100-watt amp. 60 watts is probably the most.
I wasn't planning on owning one, but then I bought the half stack on a whim. Walked into a pawn shop one day, and I'm like, oh, Solid State 100-watt Fender half stack, $300 Canadian. And I'm like, oh,
Why not?
okay. I didn't even plug into it because the guy who worked on their gear at the time, I knew. And he came out the back, and I'm like, hey, Bushy. He's like, yeah. I'm like, you go through this thing? Yeah, it works great. I'm like, awesome. And he played a Fender Supersonic Solid State head in his band. Like, he kind of dug that tone. So I was like, oh, right on. Like, take pedals? Yep. I'm like, that's all I need. A loud-ass pedal platform. And it's smaller than a Marshall Dimension head and cab. It's not as deep, not quite as wide. So
It's like my second amp that I actually ever owned. PV Special 112, 160 watts. All the walls downstairs in the house used to shake when I had it at about
no doubt.
6.
we're loud as hell.
Yeah.
William De Silva says, I got a 1-watt Randall, surprisingly loud for 1 watt. Nice.
Yeah. That little 1-watt Marshall I had made this 412 bark.
I'm surprised how loud that VHT is at 6 watts. Although I never tried it in the loud mode. I always used it in the lesser mode. On the loud mode, it's just a little more headroom. Because Rich immediately, when he tried it, he's like, no, we're going loud. We're going to dime it. It's like, hey, it's your lease on the place you rent. He's like, I'm out at the end of the month. I'm like, then you give 0 fucks. So we dime the amp just to see what it'll do. Ooh, 100-watt 112 carving combo near Michael Gross for $300. That would be sweet.
Those were pretty good. They had 5-band EQ and like kind of a tweed cover.
Tried getting some tubes the other day at Long Quaid. I noticed the tube display was gone. They're like, we might have a couple in the back still. I'm like, oh, really?
Special order.
Yeah, because I want to replace the number 1 tube in my Fender. I think it's getting a little long in the tooth.
What kind? 12-8?
Whatever I can get my hands on. You know, I think I have a JJ around here somewhere still, because I bought 2 for the B-52 and only ended up using 1. Ooh. Guitar Man 45 says, Zounds told me Friday they'll be shipping my Friedman small box at the beginning of the year. Awesome.
Oh, nice.
Excellent. It's coming soon.
Marcy asks, did you get closer on deciding what to put in that beautiful basement cab you picked up? I'm still... Yeah, it's either going to be 2 greenbacks and 2 vintage 30s or Jensen's. I haven't decided yet.
Yeah,
I'm going to consult my speaker guys about that before I actually go down the purchase. I got 2 speaker guys that I'll consult with. Both alumni of the channel. Just saying.
Cool.
You guys can figure out who they are. I'm just saying. I'm not going to tell you, Trev, that one of them was last week's guest. If JJ's listening, love you, JJ. All my best to the family. Might I suggest something from Weber? That's an option. It all depends on. I don't know. I was looking up what they were using at the time, and there's a few different things depending on if you want to go 60 spec or 70 spec, or do I go for a complete vintage sound? Well, see, that's the other person. Unbelievable. I haven't talked to Tom about it yet. Tom will probably tell me blackbacks, because Tom's all hot and horny for the blackbacks. I don't know, Tom. What do you think? He can text me if he wants. That's fine. I still got to clean that thing up. Considering, actually, there might be a snowdrift from where the snow was blowing into the garage door a bit. Might be a snowdrift in vicinity of that basement cab.
Big fan of my Weber grill. It's 10 years old and it's still rocking.
Can I get a Weber grill that looks like a Weber speaker cone?
If we can make it.
Just saying.
I know a guy who's pretty good with a welder.
RJ says PVJSX speakers. Just saying.
I was going to say, aren't those Sheridans? Or Sheffields, I mean?
All right. Let's just see if we can do this.
Rich!
Blackbacks.
Yeah, focus. Come on. Nope. All right. Nope. There it is.
There you go.
Yep.
There we go.
Blackbacks.
Yeah. We shall see, Tom. We shall see. Maybe I'll just go. I'll just go shopping at Tom's House of Tone when I go down to visit him. Right.
Clear out some space in his storage.
Yeah, JP Page 2 also makes a good suggestion. JBL.
Right.
Because that was another speaker I believe Fender did use back around then, was JBL's.
The feats of strength have commenced. First event, lifting that basement cab.
Yeah. First question, how much money? Second, how much heavier do I want it to weigh?
I just love it when they, companies back in the 60s, they make these huge 412 cabs and they put a single go handle on it. Like, okay, yeah, because it's like the same as a Champ. Come on.
You need to put some straps on that thing and carry it like those guys that carry fridges on their back.
Right? Yeah, it had to suck back in the day before they started doing those handles on cabs where they're indented, so you get a good grip on them. When they all just had, how many straps broke by road is like on tours where everything just had little shitty straps. Billy, you probably have seen that happen on occasion.
Oh yeah.
Or like those stupid handles on the toolboxes, those little flip up.
Yeah.
Bars that are, 3/8 thick, cut into your hands nicely.
Well, the thing with me is all the cabs were in road cases, so we just rolled them off, pop the tops off, lifted them off.
Right.
And usually it's two guys doing it, so it's not hard.
Yeah.
Guitar Man 45, the best answer.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. That's what kids are for, man. Toot the birds, lift that bale. Work.
That was, yeah, pretty much every One Day to Live show. If Mark, my roadie, wasn't at a show, I'd say to Andrew, the other guitar player, I'll buy you a beer if you bring in my cab. Done. Perfect. Doesn't matter how much they're charging for a beer at the bar. I don't care, because...
Did the number of stairs count?
Nope. And half the time, you were the first one up at the bar, they say, oh, the first round's on the house for the band anyway. So I'm like, hey, there's your beer.
Yeah, right on. I hated moving gear up to a second floor. That sucked.
I always thought it was funny. The most beers bought for any band member was always for our drummer, and he didn't drink. So he's like, oh, I was offered another beer. You want one? I'm like, yeah. He's like, so people are like, oh, you're drinking different beers. No. What's up, Robert Ranford?
Sober drummer is
Hey,
an
Robert.
awesome thing.
Yeah.
Nothing worse than a really drunk drummer.
Yeah, he was sober. Yeah, he didn't do anything at all. Just before I left the band, he had started smoking a bit of weed. But even then, he's like, yeah, I'll have a couple of hits after practice. I'm like, okay. I'm like thinking to myself, could you have some now? Because you've been speeding up all night. But it wasn't that he would speed up throughout a song like a bad drummer. He would just start everything faster out of the box. I'm like, okay, we're not the fucking Ramones. We're not trying to set a low time here on our set. Because that got to the point where we run out of material in the night because we just blow through so much material. Because every set would have 2 or 3 more songs. So I was like, well, there goes most of our 4th set. All right, are we going to do a greatest hits, or are they going to put the songs that we haven't rehearsed in months? Oh, we're playing White Wedding that we haven't played in 6 months. God, have we play that again?
Yeah, I always found out with live gigs too. You always wind up playing a bit faster than you practice them, even though you know the right tempo, and it's always just that little bit quick.
I always told the drummer, like, keep it slow, because people can't dance if it's too fast.
Well,
Okay.
when you're playing Iron Maiden and, you know, Sabbath and Deep Purple,
Yeah.
they go
Yeah,
winner.
yeah, even so, a lot of, we were playing a lot of heavy stuff, but we try to keep it somewhat, a lot of stuff at a danceable tempo for that reason, because the ladies liked it. They could get up and dance. It's like, oh, this is a beat I can dance to. Perfect.
Yeah.
Sure.
Black
Yeah.
Rose, Tragically Hip, Skid Row. Chicks always dug Skid Row.
Definitely. Do you know what you try to get? I'm not playing Wheat Kings. Oh. No. I'm not playing Wheat Kings.
Yeah. We used to do a little metalized version of New Orleans. It was all right.
I did perform
Totally
that
different
live
song.
once. And the worst part was I was playing bass at that gig. They're like, "Oh, we're doing New Orleans." I'm like, "Why do I hate that song? I got to play bass in it. God damn it, that's a lot of work."
Sucks to
So
be
I'm
you
like-
then.
I'm like, "What's the riff?" I'm like, "I know, I can hear it in my head. I don't know what's the key, what's the riff." Give me the riff. I'm like, "Okay, let's do it." Yeah, fun. Yeah, I think what was for the longest time the one hip song we did was what the hell was that? Oh, Springtime in Vienna. Because we used to always make a joke as a Canadian cover band, it's pretty much law. You have to cover the Tragically Hip at least once a night.
Yeah.
But nobody said it has to be a hit. And then we'd launch into Springtime in Vienna. And people are like, what the hell is this? What's up, Christopher? Good to see you, my friend.
Hey, Christopher.
Yeah.
Disco was all 110 beats per minute. Was it?
And it was the same 110 beats. Which turned into what? By the time I was in my 20s, some people call them dance clubs. I always called them oomsa bar because you'd 3 hours away, you already hear coming out of the reverberating through the walls. Like, oh, it's oomsa bar. Least favorite song to play?
Hey.
Depends on the band, I guess. White Rabbit, because I never liked that song. I don't know if we ever ended up performing that live. I know it went through rehearsals, but I don't know if it ended up getting out to the point of being live. Yeah. Son of a Preacher Man, only because that was kind of hard to sing.
What was that? Spirit of the West song? Was that one?
Oh, Spirit of the West. Yeah, never had to perform their stuff, thankfully.
Melon Husk. Okay, I'm here now, Ben. You can start.
All right. I'm trying to think. Oh, I remember us running down Born to Be Wild. And at first you're like, oh, it's an easy song to play. No, it's easy to play by yourself. But when you really actually have to do all the turnarounds and stuff, it's, oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of there's a pre-chorus, a chorus, and there's a bridge. Oh, there's a lot.
I would venture to think it would probably be like a popular song at the time that was.
Well, there was a couple of original songs that I never liked that we played. I didn't like them when I started with the band. I really didn't like them by the time I left the band.
Yeah, I think the couple of tunes that always got me, like you go to a jam night, like just walk into a jam night and yeah, you play guitar, come on up and play a couple tunes, and you wind up playing shit like Sweet Home Alabama,
Mustang Sally.
Mustang
no
Sally.
thanks.
Oh, I had it for a sec. Did Everlast What It's Like for a while. That was boring as hell. Because there's minimal guitar parts, let alone 2 guitar players. What's up, Chris?
Yeah.
Cheers, Chris.
Yeah, Chris. Yeah, What It's Like is a pretty slow song.
Wasn't a big fan of Sheep Go to Heaven. Although I played a lot of country licks over top of it, so that was okay. I don't even remember the band that originally did that song.
Cake.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
It's my wife's favorite band.
I covered
man.
Sheep. I covered Sheep a lot.
Spin Doctors. Well, like Spin Doctors had a whole bunch of songs.
Never had to play any Hootie. I think I played some Sublime.
Oof.
I actually saw Blind Melon live.
That would have been good.
I wish I could tell you, Terry. I remember No Rain. That's the only recollection I have of her set. And I can say that, now the concert was in 1993, Billy, but however, by the time Lenny Kravitz hit the stage following Blind Melon, my only recollection of the Blind Melon set was No Rain. I remember them doing an intro to No Rain.
One.
Yep, that's it. That was it. I was probably sitting there and they'd start a song. I'm like, when are you going to do No Rain? When you get, oh, there's No Rain. All right. I remember going to the merch table while they were playing because I knew there wouldn't be a lineup.
It's funny, BC Rich. I'd like to beat the crap out of the B girl. It's actually interesting because I think she went on to actually do fairly. She didn't actually continue on in entertainment. She went into education somewhere, and she actually got like a bachelor's degree or something.
Nice.
It's kind of cool to find out.
Now, as I recall, Lenny Kravitz, now that was a good concert. He did a great set. And Duff McKagan came out at one point. Couldn't tell you what song he played on, but I remember he came out because he was in town promoting his solo album. the first solo album he did. Couldn't tell you what it was, but it's in 1993. So he was in town doing press at Much Music for that.
Here's some trivia.
And then the encore was "Are You Going My Way?" I remember that.
Do you know Duff McKagan's first band?
No.
The Farts.
What a name!
FARTZ.
Yeah, well, he was punk. It makes sense.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
good name.
The fix, one thing leads to another. Wow.
Oh, you know what the worst one? Like every open mic night, some girl gets up and sings "What's Going On."
Oh.
I covered it.
Oh, ouch!
The worst part is, that was one of the only songs that I would start on, because you go through the chords once and then Rich would immediately come in with the lead over it. For some reason, I could not start that song. I could not get the rhythm. Like I play it, like I could jump in and play it no problem, but for whatever reason, I couldn't actually start the song. For whatever reason, I just couldn't do it. But yep, covered that one. Well, we also had a female singer, so that kind of.
And
I
every
also
female
sang back
singer
up.
was like obligated to sing that song.
Yeah, well, our big song was always "Zombie." Go figure. 'Cause
That's another one.
that was our big one. Yeah, we had performed that 2 to 3 times a night sometimes because.
Oh my god.
Ouch!
Well, because friends would come. It'd be a group of women. Ah, you're here. Did you play Zombie yet? Yeah, we already played. Oh, keep playing again. I'm like, all right.
Okay, we're getting paid. I guess so.
Yep. Sure.
And here's the encore of Zombie. That was the encore of Zombie.
Yep, exactly. E minor, C, G, F sharp. I still play it on occasion when I have a heavy tone going, just to see. I'm like, would this work for Zombie? Yep. Oh, what else? There was a few. The Shepherd Story.
That's what I was just going to say. The Shepherd Story.
I thought of one, then right out again.
The guy in the jet.
Favorite song to play live? Ooh, that would change from time to time, but personally, one of my faves to always play was Rocky Mountain Way. It's been played to death, but
Really?
it's one of those because it's only a couple of verses, Ken. So I actually know the lyrics, so I can sing along. And then it's all guitar solos for half the song. So we would just get to stretch out, and Rich and I would trade off. He'd play all the lead stuff. That would normally be a talk box in E, which he'd use a wah, and then I'd come in when we'd switch to A and do slide work. So, yeah, it was fun. I would say, that was that and
Actually, I think I have that song in my one Spotify playlist.
I think favorite
Awesome
original
Kingdom
song was
of Time.
might be Scream that I played on here a few times. I really enjoyed playing that live because, again, when we had the beat right, everybody was up dancing and screaming along. Like when we did the call and response with the screams, we'd have the whole crowd screaming back at us. Everybody scream. Okay, yep. Usually one of my friends would get up, like, "Can I sing along?" I'm like, "You want to scream along?" Yeah. So then they'd have the mic and just.
I don't play anything live. Unfucking
All right, well, favorite song to play then. How about that? If you don't,
It would have to be something Judas Priest or AC/DC, I guess. Those are my go-to riffs.
I haven't played live in 30 years, so I don't know. And I was in an original band, so we didn't really. We did cover "Kick Out the Jams"
Nice.
Oh, nice.
and "American Woman," but we like totally like flipped them around. We did "Kick Out the Jams" like super slow,
Mm-hmm.
and, like really quiet, and then it just kicked in at the end. And then we also did "American Woman" that was like kind of like a doom version of it, like all heavy and slow. Like
Ooh,
I think the
that would've
Melvins
been
did that song,
Right.
but
That'd be cool.
I think that was the only 2 cover songs we ever did.
Right on.
I didn't mind. We used to cover "Shine." That was not bad. Collective Soul "Shine" because we did it heavy and faster, especially when it speeds up during the guitar solo. Because we played it instead of drop D, it was drop C, then with high gain, so it was like
Ooh.
Metallica covering it in many ways.
Wow, that would have been wild to hear.
Yeah. Well, I remember we played a bill one night, and one of the bands that opened for us, they did their version of it, which is pretty much like the original. And then we said, "Screw it, we'll play it." And we did. They also covered "Man in the Box" that night. I think we did that to outshine them on that one too.
Right on.
Wow, your version of "Man in the Box" is all faster and heavier. It's like, well, first of all, we play it a full step down from you because we're playing in D instead of E, and we're heavier, way heavier.
And while I don't play live, the things I usually constantly play the most are Zeppelin or Hendrix stuff. Which, if anyone watches my videos, can hear it.
There's a hell of a lot of fun tunes to play. Like one of the last bands I was in, couple of tunes I really like playing live. Sato, Ozzy Osbourne, and Edgar Winter, Frankenstein.
Oh, that's a good song.
It's so freaking heavy, and then it cleans up, and then you have all that funky shit in the middle. And the other guitar player programmed all. It took him a couple of weeks to program it all into his GT10, I think it was at the time. And man, to the bang up job, super heavy.
What's up, Barry?
Super heavy. And we used to open with Satriani flying in the Blue Dream. I mean, boring shit to play, but what a way to open the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then you get the singer out there, and you get him to do some Malmsteen, or do some Iron Maiden or something like that.
I think I'm going to try learning that Mississippi Queen. That's a cool riff.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
That's a fun one to play.
I was just going to say, did he just also pass away too on the 22nd?
I also like playing that one. Like again, when I have a bunch of gain, playing that opening riff, and you just try ending it with like a Zakk Wylde killer pinch harmonic or something. You're like, yeah, as you whip out that riff and you end it with a pinch harmonic. Oh, crowd's like, oh, ears perk up. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wonder if Van Halen did play that. That would be a good question. Frankenstein must be played on a Frankie. I like your idea there, Keith.
There's a killer video on YouTube of that with like a really young Rick Derringer playing with them.
Oh yeah? Wow. Nice.
He had some nice axes back in the day.
Oh, he's playing like a Les Paul Custom, and he looks like a little kid holding his dad's guitar because he's such a little guy.
Let's see. Chris Baseman asks, can anyone play A Mansion in Darkness by King Diamond? I love that song. I cannot.
Never heard it.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. I've never heard of it.
I've heard it, but I don't recall. I like
Hum me about it. Oh, I'd like to hear that. Van Halen doing cover of the Rover. That would be cool. Wish I could remember half the songs I played live over the years. There's been quite a few. Keep Your Hands to Yourself. That was always a fun one to jam out live. Plus, it's so straightforward. Like, anybody can flub a lead through that thing. It's 12-bar blues and A. All right.
There's always the end song to the Cheech and Chong movie, Up in Smoke. I don't know what it's called. Up in Smoke.
What's it called?
That song?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Soundgarden covered it. Oh, what
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Eric in My Eye?
Eric My Eye.
Also, Korn
Yeah, they
did a
did.
version of it.
Oh,
Cool,
no, that
right
wasn't
on.
in Up in Smoke. They played something else. That was on one of their albums, that Earache My Eye.
Yeah.
There's also one, yeah.
Yeah, that was off the Wedding March album.
Yeah.
Where he takes the needle to the record player and goes. Earache my eye. But yeah, we had the singer up there wearing the tutu the whole bit. And he dared us. You guys learn the tune, I'll wear the tutu.
Oh, it was that
So
song.
naturally, we learned the tune.
Oh, it was it?
Yeah, it was Earache My Eye they played in the movie.
Yeah. At the Battle of the Bands.
I remember going to see that at the drive-in movies. We went in a pickup truck. We backed into the spot. We set up lawn chairs in the back of the bed.
Awesome.
Cool.
And it was an amazing night. Because that, it's one of
Well, the drive-ins were great.
Machine Gun and Gloria. Yeah, those are two cool Hendrix tunes to play.
Looks like Brian was checking out some Pete Thorne today.
It's a cool video, man. Pete's just ripping that Deep Purple song.
I gotta check that out.
Oh, it was a video. Well,
I texted Pete earlier today to wish him a Merry Christmas. Hey, Mark Taft. Good to see you, my friend. Merry Christmas to you.
Hey, Mark, and same to you.
Yeah, I texted most people in my phone there Merry Christmas or a Happy Holidays to Sean Hurwitz.
Isn't Gloria just Louie?
No. Well, different key. No. Wow. I don't know. Depends.
There's how many EAB songs are there? There's like 1 million of them.
Well, yeah, exactly.
What's up, Daryl?
Was the
Barry,
AC/DC
did anyone get new gear for Christmas? I got a cable.
No.
There was a story about it at the top of the show. And pack strings. There we go. Should take this up and use it at some point.
I was just going to say how
It's
long
a
is it?
30-foot curly cable. Yeah, right. This probably looks
Oh,
about
wow.
4 feet. Holy crap. I didn't... Oh, all right. Yep. Well, that's going to be a tangled mess in about 3.5 hours. Perfect.
I had one of those coily cables back in the 80s that I bought for like $5. It was a radio antenna. I'd plug it into my amp, and I'd start picking up like AM radio.
Well, Aaron said
Match
he
that
still
with a
uses
nice
coily
fuzz.
cables. And, yeah, I figured what the... I had one, a PV. I used PV cables when I first started playing. I had a PV coily cable. Michael Cross says, I got a pedal kit. I need soldering vise, and not from me. I don't blame you. Don't blame me at all.
Buy
Philip
lots of
says, Pete Thorne,
Band-Aids.
what's that, Billy?
I said buy lots of Band-Aids.
Yeah. And if you're recording yourself, prepare to use that bleep button. Yeah, Phil says, Pete Thorne, the best thing is I don't know that he has any sense of how good he is, so creative, melodic, and skilled. True. Ryan asks, where's that $35 guitar? There. Expect another video on that, Ryan, which will be, can a fella set up a $35 guitar and make it playable? That's the question. First thing I'll spoiler alert. First thing I'm going to do once I tune it is check the harmonic intonation at the 12th fret, because if it doesn't intonate it, before you press it down, there's no point going any further, because you're like, nope, that bridge is in the wrong position. Am I going to reposition the bridge on a $35 acoustic guitar? Not your life.
We'll be on Facebook Marketplace for $36 the next day.
Or Kijiji for $25.
I was thinking if I took it into Long McQuaid just to see what they give me for it. Or I could just return it, but just to see what the trade-in value. Oh, I'll give you $25 for it. Perfect.
Here you go.
Video over the course of a year will generate $10 in ad revenue.
Oh my god.
Yeah, part 3, does a $35 guitar make a good birdhouse? Well, that's the other option. We can just hang her off a tree branch outside and let birds nest in it. Reverb for $200. Yep. $205 if they want it signed.
Oh god.
Yeah, but after reverb fees and taxes, you're probably going to make like $7.
Yeah,
you
sure
get the $35 out back out of it.
Oh god. Send it to Charles to rap.
Thought about it.
Wouldn't be a very good use of time.
Hey, absolutely.
That's true too. Riverdocs mentioned sacrifice it like Hendrix style. What's up, Mayhem?
And Randy Upchurch.
What's up, Randy? Yeah, and $150 shipping. Like that Michael Crows. Your picture would be hanging on the home wall. Do not talk to this man. Do not accept gear and trade from this man. And Charles reported in. I heard that. Yes, honey, I'm watching. Yeah, he's got the one earbud in. Yeah, just suddenly playing there.
Yes, I'm paying attention to the Christmas special.
Oh yeah. Eric Clapton played it on the Unplugged special, but it didn't make it to air. They clipped out the song due to length of the performance. Had the raw footage, lost it.
Autographed by Eric Clapton.
Yep. And fully set up by a professional, but lost the receipts. Trev, I don't know where they went. Just had it done the other day, but lost the receipts. I think they were in my pocket. Went through the wash or something.
That's right.
No more snow. I kind of agree with that.
Yeah, muzzle grab it for those. I bet you she is not even close to being tuned, but whatever. So what we're talking about with the quality painted on binding, that's nice, yeah.
Oh, it's painted on binding?
Well, they're not going to put real binding on it.
Well,
I like the fact that, Terry, they only wet sanded to about here. And then there's
yeah, that was hilarious.
It's just like, close enough. Close enough. I'm pretty sure this is not wood grain I see, but a series of paint brush strokes. I'm pretty sure it was painted with a brush. Wow, that's a lot of orange peel on the back. They did not say in the back.
Oh my god, effing believable.
Well.
That was one of my
Can a fella light it on fire in the middle of a snowstorm? It's just off a tree branch. So it ends up having as I'm trying to get enough fluid on it, Billy, I'm probably just filling up the sound hole. So it's just, there's 16 ounces just sloshing on the bottom. So when he finally lights her up, she's going to go up full send. Oh.
Like Chris, Ray Martin in a Sharpie on the headstock.
Oh, yeah, that's beautiful.
I'm not drunk playing guitar.
That's
Yeah,
That
wow, that
sounds
that's
really
so
good
bad.
so far.
If I fret the first fret, it almost sounds like the second fret. Yeah, that's tone texture. Wow, he's got it on the front too. Yep, perfect. Wow. Do I think the fretboard might be a decal because I'm pretty sure a fella sees. Yep. If we look right in front of the last fret, oh no, that's not going to work. Is it? We're going to catch it and like no, but
I can see it.
yeah, there's a rough cut around it. Wow. Yep. Oh wait, no, that's just paint. Okay. Oh yeah, the fretboard is definitely like plywood that they just painted on. You can kind of see the top of the sound hole there. Yeah.
Hey, it's made by kids for kids.
And a fella thinks they might cut the end of it off like after they glued it. Oh no, there's a part sticking out right there, a chunk. They just we'll just skip over that, pretend we didn't feel that.
Don't get a splinter.
No, they hit it with a little 60. Oh, it's mostly paint over it. That's why it's smooth.
I was gonna say Ben sticking his thumb up there. Hey, I found a truss rod adjustment.
There's one. Yeah, there's some bracing in it. Shockingly,
That's right, Dan in New
across the
Jersey.
entire
It's
back,
a
I think.
Brazilian fretboard.
Does a fella have a tape measure handy? Because I think I gotta measure this action. The action's bad enough. I don't need to measure it in 64th. I'm pretty sure I can measure it in 16ths of an inch. Well, let's do it at the body joint. Wow. Sitting on the frets, it's still a 1/4 inch action.
Wow.
So that'd be what?
I was gonna get
16/64. Yeah, 16/64. Wow. Yep.
Help you build up them calluses again.
Right. 19.5-inch scale length, because somebody actually asked that in the comments. I think it was Kurt 5150. He's like, "What's the scale length?" I'm like, "What? An actual legitimate question? Like you're actually interested?" No, run away. Oh, it'll be good for a kid. No, it won't. Run away. As a toy, I can strum along with Dad. Like you could do that, and then they could drag it across the floor as they leave. That's factory spec, all right, Michael Cross.
Factory spec.
Turn it into a lap steel.
Oh, the
Throw
one
an
insert
open
is
tube
ready
on
to
it.
pop out, because that's not even close to being flush. The other one's almost like that's definitely plastic.
That's right. Absolute Mayhem has it right. He says, I like Ben's comment about a slide guitar, but we can call it a slag guitar.
Yeah, that's yep.
And same to you, Josh.
All right, so we do a 3-part video. We tried to set it up, part 2. Clearly, in part 3, we're like, well, she didn't set up, so now we're going to set her on fire.
You can blow it up.
The amount of plastic. I don't want to use the term hardware, but I guess harderware, because it's all plastic. I'm surprised I was actually able to tune this up to pitch. And these are the weirdest string balls I've ever seen, because they're not hollow. They're solid, like a piece of billet for a string end. That'll probably not.
No, that's kind of funky.
There we go. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
More sustain.
You mean so it has some sustain? Yeah.
That's where all the tone comes from.
Yep. Sure. Yeah, that'll be interesting. 16/64. Yep. Sure. Yeah, that's fine. Put a Vegatrim on it.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say.
Trim's worth 10 times the value of the rest of the guitar.
We put an Evertune trim on.
Well, all the inlay around the sound hole, Mayhem, that's decal. It's all decal. Those are tone balls. You know it.
Oh God, yeah. There's another thought. Use it as a planter grow pot in it.
I got a kick out. I knew something was up when I saw it, and like on the price tag, it said wooden guitar. I'm like, as opposed to the non-wooden guitars you sell in here, which actually, come to think of it, Terry, generally it's a guitar-shaped object made out of plastic, so it does make sense. Oh, it's a wood guitar.
Genuine real plywood.
Yeah, we'll do it out on the tundra, Keith. Actually, my luck, I'd probably set up and start blowing away across the ice.
Well, absolute, you would be the one to know that.
I'll do that. I'm going to get a barbecue lighter, though, to, safety. I don't want to try it with the Bic and lose all the hair. So, we'll get a... Or we'll just set her off with a propane torch. That could work, too. I don't know.
Is this a cooking good guitar? And then you do your marshmallow or your weenie over top of it while it's on fire.
I have a feeling you'll see a lot of black smoke coming off that thing.
Oh
Yeah, coming from China, that finish is probably like all carcinogenic.
Oh,
yeah.
all the carcinogens. Yeah.
All the bad shit in that.
Yeah. So I'll try to stand upwind.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, there you go. Give it to cousin
What's up, Doug?
Cousin Doug could use it.
You can make a cornhole board out of it.
Yeah, cornhole. No,
I thought about that. A couple acoustic guitars. Because the hole's about the right size.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I just have a feeling the first time I try, I toss one bag and go poof right through. Just cave in the top.
That could be a video.
The $35 guitar I got, we can use as a cornhole board, but I think we're going to set it on fire instead.
Set it on fire and then try to throw a cornhole bag in it.
Teaser says the headstock on that guitar is still stronger than NESG. Right. Not gonna lie.
You could do it Jimi Hendrix style, right? Next time you're out gigging, just...
Mayhem has it right. Use it as a hobo portable cooking stove. Fill the hole with newspaper, light it on fire, and cook a can of beans.
Well, I was already thinking, Phil, it was like some kind of flammable material, so then when you do light it, it goes off, and there might be... We'll see if we can make it an arch top briefly.
Very briefly.
Yeah. That's when we stop by the fireworks factory and we'll stick it full of fireworks, and then we light it with
fireworks and just light it.
Oh, Charles. Nice, Charles. 75N comments. I just want to say that the gents on the panel are awesome, and as is this community. Thank you all.
Oh, thanks, Charles.
Thank you, Charles.
You're a good lad, Charles.
You should be out here tonight.
The question is how much were you drinking tonight to actually come up with that conclusion? Just kidding. Thank you very much, Charles.
I'm looking forward to Charles 75N's first Fabric Top Explorer.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I think I've narrowed down the next body shape I'd like him to do for me, and that'll be an Esquire. Then you don't have a pesky neck pickup get in the way of a beautiful finish.
Yeah. You could do something more graphical with an Esquire setup. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that or less Paul Jr. Yeah.
Single coil. Maybe a stacked single. Stacked double. I don't know. Charles has definitely been into He's on about at least his fourth cold snack because he's in the lovey-dovey phase of the evening.
A couple of Jameson in him.
Uh-oh, here we go. Josh has a Firefly Explorer. Will Shep. This is true. Oh. Have a good one, River Docs. I'm going to be in touch with you soon about getting together for one of these hangs. Stay warm, too. Enjoy the holidays.
Take care.
Keep up the good content, too. Enjoy your stuff, man. Spoiler, I found... Oh, it looks like he's going to get a few Explorers. Because Unbelievable found an Explorer body.
Uh-oh.
Right on.
Well, as long as no one sends him a bolt-on neck body or Warlock. He's like, that's all the corners.
Oh, God.
Have you ever seen those guitars? I don't know what they're called. They look like a flame.
Right.
Almost like a Les Paul, but they're like carved out. Like they look like a big like fireball or something.
Yeah. Oh,
The name starts with an M, I think.
A Mockingbird?
No, it's like its own brand.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I've seen ones similar to a Mockingbird, but they're more curvy and flamey.
No, this thing looks like a fireball shoot flames off the back. It's like Charles' worst nightmare.
One of these?
Oh, I was going to say.
No, there you go. Yeah,
Did
that's what I'm
Trevor
talking
find
about.
it? I was going to say, didn't Gibson make something like that at one point in time?
I don't know, but
No, Warlock body. Oh, God.
There we go, mister. I'm going to text in during the show. I'm going to respond during the show. There you go. That pause in me talking was all due to that fella. You know who you are. What's up, Steve Luther? Only Beetle that guitar will see is Asian logo. Yep. Oh, found a Warlock body too. Okay. Apparently, Mayhem's getting a Marshall stack. It's got a cab, amp, and a head. What? Cab, amp, and a head. Well, the head is the amp, Mayhem. The guy has no idea what model it is, but it's free. I hope to get it next week. Fingers crossed it's anything other than MG. Just saying.
That's true. Well, actually, no. Even an MG probably that would be decent.
Not a big fan of what was the JCM 2000. I think.
Hey, Border Jams. Thanks for
Wait till my connection catches. Oh, there he is. What's up, Boner Jams? He said, well, that's Randy Upchurch. He says, I hate the one that's only a Strat pickguard. Yeah, the travel guitars that, Merry Christmas, everyone. Also, Happy Hanukkah to all my Hebrews and Shebrews. Hope everyone has a great week. Hebrews, that's kind of like fellas and fellettes. I like it. Appreciate it, buddy. Merry Christmas to you and yours. Yeah, I don't think Charles would want to do a Mockingbird because there's belly cuts and curves and plus it's got that weird, what do they call it, German carve almost, but not quite.
Nah.
Oh, yeah, it's got you got that surface flat, but then there's the in-between surface.
Yeah.
It's like a reverse gut cut. Wow, there is a layer of dust on that.
oh, it's like beveled on the front.
I haven't played this in a while. Wow.
Yeah, that top horn part would be really difficult.
Mark, where's Mark? Where's my roadie? Wow, that's got a lot of buckle rash too. Whew. Chunks of it. Oh yeah, that's a big chunk out of it. Right. I'm starting to remember this now. But
he's a perfect candidate to be sent to Charles then.
Well, it's a bolt-on neck too. But no, there's not actually a lot. Like it's a lot of individuals, but I don't know. Yeah, it's not in tune at all. Oof. Oh, I was just saying, Mark, this is dirty. She needs cleaning. It's very dusty in the upper horn areas. Oh yeah, let's just wipe the dust on the finger and then wipe your nose so you get all the dust up the nose.
Charles said, Ben Coombs, I take that challenge. Interesting.
Depends on how low you wear the guitar, RJ. Like, I got to the point with some of my Les Pauls where I was getting buckle rash on the top portion, not on the back anymore.
Oh, awesome news, Josh.
I gotta play this some more. For an update, made it through the first 2 interviews for the new job. Yes! Awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, the only shame about fabric wrapping that is actually that's a nice, like, I think, navy blue finish on it.
Yeah, but it's a $200 guitar.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. That other factor, not so much of an issue.
It's more, even though it says BC Rich on the headstock, it's more or less a BC Rich shaped object. It does have newer string. I bet you I haven't strung that guitar in a year. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I think the only time you played that was actually when we did the pickup install on it and then demoed the pickups, I think.
Oh, hell no. I've played it since then. I installed those pickups 4 years ago. Almost 5 years ago.
Was it that long? Wow.
Yeah. It was 2018.
Jeez.
Dr. Pelly, you say?
Time flies.
Because they're the original run of FU-tone pickups.
Yeah.
Like they were just... yes, because the night that I had Adam Reaver on from FU-tone, we did he had a contest going at the time to win a set of pickups. And he had sent me a set at the same time to try out. Because he wanted to know what they would sound like. Because he had only tried them out in like high-end guitars. And he was like, I want to know what they sound like in a cheaper guitar. And I was like, I'm willing to take you up on that. Because that involves me getting FU-tone pickups. And I'd gladly do that.
You too, Mark. Have a good night.
See you, Mark. Have a good one, my friend.
And survey said?
Oh, they're great. They're I can't remember the numbers. They're similar. We'll say similar range to a Wolfgang pickup. Go figure. I don't know where they're currently made, Pip, but at the time, I believe those pickups were made in the Fender Mexico factory, who also makes the Wolfgang pickups. That's how that worked out. I think Adam called a friend that we knew that went by 3 initials, but he didn't use his middle name. And he said, hey, Eddie, where do you get your pickups made? Oh, they make them at the Fender Mexico plant. Hey, can you have them make some of mine too? Not a problem. What's up, Milt?
Hey, Milt. Yeah, I guess that'd be the other thing too. What type of fabric would you put on a Mockingbird?
Clearly, fabric of mockingbirds.
Or pink flamingos? Or...
Take that, Paul Reed Smith. It's my Mockingbird.
Oh, pink flamingos would be cool. Like if you're like into surf.
Yeah, that guitar I play
from the Hunger Games.
Whenever I want to play Motley Crue songs, or if I play some of the old One Day to Live stuff, because we played in Drop C, that's what it's set up for. It has 11s on it. It's down a full step, just sitting there waiting for heaviness to ensue. High output pickups. Now, granted, I used it live, playing Slide for Man on the Moon by REM. Because I think at that time the nut was a little high on it, so I just played Slide on it.
Makes sense.
Charles says no comment on the Mockingbird wrapping of the Mockingbirds. Okay. I don't know.
Yeah, a bunch of birds. That'd be funny.
I have a few ideas for different guitar. I mean, you know what would probably be a really hard actually guitar to put on is a Les Paul that has a nice big carve to it. Because that's all angles, and that whole bottom, that belly would be impossible, almost. I thought so, Philip. I thought so. You know, when I think of REM, I think BC Rich. Well, who doesn't, right? John DeShane's commenting while eating, possibly. He hates slide. Just saying. Most people that play with a locking trim don't play slide, necessarily. Because generally, those guitars are set up least likely to be able to play slide on. Done it.
Yeah. But I was just going to say.
Smoke break. That makes sense. That's fine. He used the Kramer for the same song. Just for the hell of it. Oh, look, he's got a Kramer with a Floyd Rose. What's he going to do? Play slide.
Thanks, Mercy, and take care.
Cheers.
See you, Marcy.
Reload
Thanks
his
for stopping in.
chicken
Merry
finger bread.
Christmas to you. As I'm just looking at him going down the road. I think I'm going to finally put the active pickups in the Strat. Well, the lace sensors. Yeah, they're active. I saw a battery clip, so they're active. Is the big factor on it, Terry? Because I looked, they're in the box and they're all still everything's soldered still. Like so I went, ha! I like that. So that means I got to solder a ground wire to the trem claw and one to the bridge. I can do that. You know,
again, like I said, if it's got the TBS tone boost on it, yes, it'll be active. Otherwise,
well, it has a 9-volt clip on it, so it would definitely be active. No passive pickup takes a battery.
Otherwise, there's no batteries for these laces. Don't need a battery.
No, this is battery. This is straight out of the 80s. So my biggest thing was, do I have a pick guard that I can mount all that shit to? And I looked over to the pegboard with all pick guards and went, oh, there is a Strat-shaped pick guard over there. So we'll just make sure that it lines up, and then, more soldering. Unbelievable. Jim says lace are not active, but I swore I saw a 9-volt battery clip on there.
As I said, it's for the TBX boost circuit.
You say so. I don't know. It's digitals, Terry. I just solder them,
yes, I know.
myself, and use them.
You are Joe Walsh, the analog man, yes.
I'm an analog man in the digital world.
I'm just an analog man in a digital world. That song. Yeah. That was an awesome song, though. That he did put.
Oh, when I heard it, I was preach.
Hooray, more soldering.
Yep.
But would uneffing believable be saying that if it was you're doing the soldering to his instruments?
Oh, yeah. Yes. He has no problem with it. He'd rather see me suffer than anything else. Have a set of gold. I think these are golds. You know? Sorry. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll go get them. Now, inquiring brain cells want to know.
If I remember correctly, they are golds.
Well, one of them.
I think he's just tripping out. And I have no idea. I've never met with a pair of lace sensors before, so couldn't tell you.
Yeah, when Fender did all the lace sensor pickups in like the Clapton and the Beck signature Strats, they all had the XBS tone circuit, which is like a mid boost. It does either I think 5 dB mid boost or mid cut.
Then again, I already got a mid boost, mid cut already in the Strat from factory.
Yep.
Yep, there's a battery clip. All right, so you've got the hardware, and then we got everything. It's all right there.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a circuit board, so digitals. And then there's the clip.
Yeah, if there's a circuit board, it's probably, like I said,
I don't know. Can we find... Well, that's just clipped going nowhere. Oh, great. That's clipped too. Great.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Is it Philip? Is that just dirty pot? I feel something? No, not sure. Check the other one. Oh, sweet. This got an O-ring. So I just screw on the ground wire. Perfect.
O-ring.
Oh, that's got a dent in it. All right, so that's got to be the other tone. Wait, let's check the other one. It's got a dent in it too. Nope. That's just like grinding gears, shifting without a clutch.
Nope.
I can feel how dirty that pot is. Nope. Cleaner. Nope. All right, no dents. All right. Well, there we are then. That'll be a future endeavor. These were sent in by Jim Wright. Oh, it's 4.5 years ago or something. I don't know. It says find a use for them. I'm like, all right. Might finally get around to it. We'll see.
There'll be a nice set to put in.
They were easy to find because they're still sitting on the workbench from when I hauled them out a week or two ago to check on them for Unbelievable to see if the bridge pickup's what he needed. He went, nah, it's not what I needed. All right. And I started looking at them again. Out of sight, out of mind. I think the red is what Unbelievable was looking for, red. It's got all the output. Interesting.
Yeah, it's like a really hot single.
Oh, Murray's got one of those slide rings. Yeah, they're cool. What's up, Seth? Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
I got a bunch of slides in my mugs there. Easy. Just sorry. I got a slightly relic set of pickups. Apparently, I don't know. Yeah, all the slides are in there. Glass, brass, copper, magnesium, stainless steel. Cool. What else we got going on here? 49 people watching. Awesome.
Right on.
I think there's any cool new stuff I've seen lately. No. Probably, but then I forgot.
No, there really hasn't been too many releases.
What's that, Terry?
I said there really hasn't been too many releases this month.
Can you pick a little quieter there, Ken? Kind of drowning out Terry.
Really? Holy. Okay, my bad.
You're getting it. It was slow. It was a slow build. It was beautiful fade in. It took minutes, but get a little more. And I was like, nope, I lost Terry. I got to the point where nope, that background, the noise canceling tinnitus went nope.
I mean, literally, I should be like up this close to the mic so that people can hear me, but because helps. I'm this far back. I just never liked the idea of eating a mic, even if it's just.
It depends on the mic. Some of them you have to.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you, Beta 58s. Use a Beta 58? They said everybody uses a Beta 58. Yeah, I'm not the biggest projected singer. And then I got a Sennheiser. I'm like, oh, I can be like back here and it still works.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that difference between a dynamic and.
Well, it was a dynamic, but it was just it had much more active. It wasn't a cardioid or a condenser.
Yeah. Yeah.
But why not slide and wah? Exactly, Murray. Why not?
Somebody
I
actually
agree.
did that once.
Oh, I'm
Kind
sure
of
people
sounded a
done it.
little weird.
Oh, that would be like Zach Wilde with all of his pinch harmonics using a slide and a wah.
Actually, yeah, you might be right. It might have been him.
I'm not saying that's Zach's go-to thing, but if you've had, 14 cold snacks during your set and your playing might get a little sloppy, just turn up the gain, use a lot of wah, and slide. Then you just have to be approximate.
Yeah.
All about the vibrato.
Yeah.
I know that note's around here somewhere.
Yeah. No, maybe better if you got one.
Or like I was saying, that one opening band for Anvil at the Aurelia like bingo hall.
Ooh.
All the rhythm player was doing high gain, wah wah wah, and it's like, oh my god, you're killing your lead singer / lead guitarist. Riding the wah
There
pedal
was
in the
something
game.
cool I watched. Gibson TV released new icons with Brad Whitford.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that'd be a good one.
It was. Had some nice stuff.
Not like Rick Nielsen though.
No.
No, he's got two of everything.
Bonamassa, you see something, but I think Rick Nielsen's got to beat.
Well, the sad part was with Brad Whitford was a lot of stuff like the good guitars from back in the day. He sold them all. He and Joe both sold all their gear in the 80s. So.
Oh, correct. Rick Nielsen has one of those split headstocks, original Explorers.
Yeah, with the V headstock.
Before they went to the hockey stick.
Yeah.
Rick
They're like, isn't that just a really nice looking Dean? No, no.
Same to you, Richard
Nope.
Cole.
Hey, Richard. Merry Christmas to you. Or should I say Happy Christmas?
No, actually, it would probably be Boxing Day.
Ow. Yeah, Boxing Day.
Well, if the UK had a Boxing Day.
They do. That's where we got it from.
No, true.
Ever heard of Fender Powerhouse Strat? Like a poor man's Eric Clapton, but Mexican.
I always thought the Powerhouse was a single humbucker. That was basically the only
I gotta open
difference
up the
between
Google machine.
Unless it's the dual humbucker and single in the middle.
I think it was like some kind of active Strat, honestly.
Deluxe Powerhouse. What's this on reverb? Okay. 900 Canadian. Wait. That's in Italy. Ooh, I hate thinking what the shipping will be on that. So what's the deal on? I saw something about specs.
12 dB active mid boost.
Oh, so it's got the active mid boost, yeah.
Yep.
Huh. Yeah. Price is right. Snag on it.
1998 and, well, actually, no, 2004. The
Woof.
non-deluxe.
Hey, well, give it a couple of years. It's a 20-year-old guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Hobo Rhodey says there's an ex Brad Whitford amp on reverb right now. Nice. I think he was downsizing some stuff, actually. Another one of those.
so
I haven't used it in ages, so might as well move along.
the Powerhouse Strat is basically like the lace sensor version. Eric Clapton and Jeff Beck Strat. Except
Yeah.
instead of the lace sensors, it's got regular pickups.
So it's a deluxe Strat with non-lace.
Yeah,
sensors.
with
That
non-lace
makes sense.
pickups. Yep.
All right, Trev. Apparently,
Looking it up.
yeah. Apparently.
There you go.
Yep.
Some flame on that headstock.
Got
Just
the sticker
saying.
on it. Yeah.
Perloid pickguard. Oof.
Yeah, I think in that time frame,
Vintage
a
tuners.
perloid pickguard was
It's kind of 50s
Seems
headstock.
seemed like a premium thing. Love where the deluxe series is put on the headstock head, eh? It's almost literally near the edge.
No patent numbers on the front either. There was just small logo and the custom body or contour body.
Mm.
Old school. Wonder if it has the 3-way switch in it. Probably not.
No, wouldn't have been.
You see those in all those 50s and 60s reissue strats that come out. They never put a 3-way switch in. I'm like, well, it's not really a reissue, is it? It's a tribute.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but who wants a 3-way switch?
Well, I'm saying, yeah, nobody would want it, but just saying.
99% of the people who buy one would switch it out right away anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I'd rather wrestle with it. You know, never work on stage and bandmates are giving you dirty looks. How do you get the 3-way? Yep.
You're fucking up Sultan's a swag.
Yep.
Yeah,
So you just
I'd say it's
have a
worth
swig of beer.
that.
Very hard. Yeah, $7.50 shipped. Sure.
Yeah. Hey, Lawrence.
Mr.
Merry
Pedals.
Christmas to you too.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, my friend. Hopefully you have a great 2023, launching some quality products. Can't wait to see what you have cooking up in the Mellon area. It's going to be cool.
Good question, Michael Krause. Never heard of that.
Yeah, guys would do the wedge a piece of tape so you can't go to the first position, I guess, even though I think of it as the fifth. So basically, you can't push it into the bridge, or you put the tape at the other end so you can't push it into just neck pickup position, or you 2 strips to hold it in place. Once you find the sweet spot, then you lock her down. So you see a lot of Les Paul guys, you know, back then you would take off the pickup selector knob and then just tape the pickup position selector into the bridge position. Because they're all playing down around their waist, just giving her and apparently hitting switches. Inquiring minds want to know. Unbelievable. I know nothing. Yeah. Actually, I might believe him because he hasn't teased me with any random photos or comments. So,
Yeah.
he might be actually telling the truth. But then again, probably not. He's got a lot of prototypes. Just saying. And one-offs.
He.
Just saying.
Ooh, interesting. A he.
Hey. But, yeah.
He. Hey.
Yes. So something I got to figure out in the next week, Trev, is what's 2023 going to be the year of? Do we take a poll in the chat and we don't allow unbelievables? Because this will be the year of the EQ. I know it. No.
The year of the Dane Electro.
No. Not unless there's a
The year
liquid.
of the digital.
Well, weren't you getting all excited for a chorus pedal? Weren't you saying you wanted to get?
Well, yeah, like there's a couple. Like, I do like that MXR stereo chorus, but can I find something better? Maybe. And I do like the what the hell is it? Akai chorus, but I might swap it. It's a little mid humpy, but it's got a tone control on it, which I like. I really like having a tone control on the chorus. So
Yeah, that was a nice sounding
and then I have Lawrence's. Hey, all Dave, all night. Damn, look at this motley crew. I hope everyone had a Merry Christmas. Thank you so much, Dave.
Thanks, Dave, and same to you.
Merry Christmas, all Dave.
But I did the year of the chorus. I'm pretty sure. I thought 2021 was the year of the chorus, quite possibly. But that was the year of the phaser. Could have been 2020 was the year of the chorus. I did do a year of the chorus.
Yes. Yes, you did.
So year of TC Electronic. Oh, why? Why, Chris? Why? Why?
Year of Behringer?
Year of distortion.
CE2 Waza. That would be interesting because then I could actually shoot it out with my original CE2. So that's a possibility.
I like my CE2. Still have it. It's in Ontario, but I still have it.
I'm closer to it than you are.
Yep.
Because it doesn't matter where it is in Ontario. I'm still closer to it than you are.
Hey, Eddie.
In Saskatoon,
What's
you'd
up,
still
Eddie?
be closer to.
Yeah, so what should 2023 be the year of? The year of more?
Year of the $35 non-stop burning guitar.
No. The year of RJ getting his gear back from the pawn shop. Love it. Boss Dimension Waza. I have been interested in one of those. Year of the Jungle website off-brand.
That's
That-
something I was just thinking too.
I've dabbled in that the last couple years, which has led to
Yeah.
some interesting stuff. Some of which I've never demoed and moved along before it ever got made into a video because I'm just like, nope.
Yeah, that bad.
Now, an interesting would be if I do the year of the boss, for instance, Terry, because I already have that up there. That's all the bosses up there and up there.
Mhm.
So then, what's left? You know what I mean? Like, then what are we going after, for instance? So then that could, and there's a lot of boss pedals out there in the world. They're a lot easier to find than Dodds, although they're getting pricey even on the used market because you can't buy a new one for under 200 anymore. Maybe not even under 250 anymore. Most boss pedals are pushing 300 Canadian new. Oof.
Wow.
I know.
Year of the
Oh.
Yamaha, year of the tremolo. Tons of tremolo pedals.
Up there, you
out there,
see?
Varying costs.
Trems are interesting because you go for optical, as opposed to the non-optical, which I don't recall. No, not year of the EQ. No. No.
I
Not
think,
going for it.
no, year of the EQ.
But I don't want to.
Hey,
I'll just
that's a
get
guitar.
any pedal that has some form of EQ function. All it has to have is a tone. See, it's an EQ, Pip. It's a tone control. That's EQ setting.
Year of the collar.
That Mesa Guitar Guy? Merry Christmas to you, my friend. Year of the Kaler comeback. Oof. I called 2019 as the year of the P90, and I called that correctly because I got into them in 2018, and then all of a sudden by 2019, I see a lot of stuff coming with P90s, especially in the necks. I'm just like, I knew it. It was uncharted territory to come back around it, revisit, I suppose.
Right on.
Yeah, I actually kind of do think that P90.
Do we do it like
kinda picking back
year of
up.
the clone, and I just get every clone you can find? I've had a lot of them already, but more?
Yeah.
There could be that.
Yeah.
I don't want to do the year of the fuzz, Terry. I don't want to do the year of the fuzz. Also, we're not doing the year of the ring modulator. That's not an option.
Gonkulator. Going.
Year of the
Year of
Hammer
the
Neck.
octave. I was debating the year of the octave pedal
Yeah?
because that could get fun.
I don't think there is a whole lot of people who have done much octave pedal stuff.
BC Rich, I would love for that time to come because that means like we're pulling in like Josh Scott scratch. So we just dump it all into buying Dodds in bulk.
Yeah, actually, there's supposed to be news of that sometime around the January NAM or whatever it is.
Mastery Vibrato. Interesting.
The Digitech and DoD brand.
Yeah. Who owns them now? Korg? No.
Korg.
Yes? No.
Yes.
Is it Korg?
Guitars. Yep.
Oh, Court. No, I was thinking Korg. But right, Court.
Yeah, Korg, no. Court, yes.
See, yeah, I thought about that, Christopher.
Yeah.
Year of the envelope filter. That'd be interesting.
You're
Do we get to count Ottawas as well as envelope filters?
The Ottawa, yeah.
Yeah. 50-50.
I don't know. I need one of my electronics people to tell me, because it could be a completely different circuit. So, Michael Krause has seen new Dodds and Digitechs in stores. Really?
Yep.
I'm gonna wait. I don't want to look it up online. I just want to be pleasantly surprised when I walk in the music store and I'll be like, ah!
Well, Digitech, Court did put up a thing, and it actually showed a whammy in chrome, which actually looked pretty nice.
Well, it makes sense, the whammy, because the whammy's got to be their best-selling pedal across both brands.
I was just going to say.
Yeah.
Has to be. Has to be. They don't need to. Well, that's the thing. Are they going through the Dodd catalog? They're like, "What should we reissue?" Like, whoa, we made a lot of crappy pedals back in the day. Ooh,
they made a lot of shit.
Yeah.
American
And, you know,
metal.
Oh, yeah.
Having coming through the year of the Dodd. Yeah.
Or the grunge sounding nothing like what grunge sounds like.
That thing was a full-on metal pedal. Oh, yeah.
Actually, I
the
think
game.
It did. Once you got past the 9
correctly-
o'clock position, it was way more gain than you would ever use for grunge. It was like nothing. Oh, yeah, that's sweet. Oh, no, too much. And then all of a sudden you're like, wow, it sounds like a 5150. This is like all the gain.
Oh, didn't they have one called death metal? They had like blood dripping down it.
Yeah.
I had a Digitech death metal pedal that I couldn't sell on Kijiji for years, to the point where I gave it away on this channel.
Yes, that's right.
One of our first giveaways, because I was like, what? That thing, I remember we plugged it in. What the
It
hell
sounded
was
like a
Richard
buzz
playing?
saw, didn't it?
It was kind of like a metal zone, but I remember it put out so much output. We plugged it into, what the hell was Rich playing through at that time? It was either a trainer, no, it was a PV. It was a PV212 of some kind, and it hit the front end so hard it just collapsed the front end, and it sounded like the fart pedal, except it was just going like and we're like, this pedal won't, this amp, it just collapses. I have one knockoff of an HM2. I wouldn't mind an HM2. I used to have one back in the day. Unbelievable. Wouldn't mind revisiting that. A Freakout would be cool.
Oh my God! Here's one.
I got one of those too.
in
also in
Canada for 106.
Interesting. Okay, Barry C says he's looking for late 80s, early 90s Yamaha 100 series effects pedals. I'm not familiar with them, but if I come across one, locally, I'll probably snag on it for just craziness, shoot a video, and then you'll see the video and go, hey, you want to... And I'm like, yep, it's yours.
I do vaguely remember seeing
I was thinking about trying to snag PV pedals. I remember when PV made pedals.
Yes.
Pearl made pedals. Drum company made pedals.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pearl made them, yeah.
Yeah, I never quite understood that, but...
We're
Sure.
a drum company. We're going to make pedals.
Yeah.
Yeah, Barry, anytime I see something old and weird and cool at the music stores, that's like, I'm rescuing it from the pound. That's how I ended up with that Ibanez compressor limiter. Don't really care for it, but it was really cool looking and old, so I had to have it.
Let me see if I can dig up the info on that.
Mesa Guitar Guy had a Pearl Octaver pedal. See, that would come into the year of the octave. I'm really leaning towards year of the octave. Can a fella find half a dozen octave pedals?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the benchmark. I got to
Oh, yeah.
snag half a dozen. Now, and we can, again, starting the year of the Dodd, I started with my Dodd octave pedal. I could start the year with my Dodd octave pedal as the first. That's the bass's octave pedal. Year of the plastic Ibanez pedals. Interesting.
Did they ever make metal ones?
There's the one
There
PV
you go.
pedal that I do remember. That was
I just remember they had this big rubber footprint, but it was round in the center, and it looked like they laid it over the end of a golf ball or a ping pong ball or something.
Oh,
the
yeah.
PV Delta Stomp.
Yeah, they were really weird and very 80s looking. Hey, Trev, you want to bring up a picture of a PV effects pedal? I remember there's a guy around here, he's got a few of them on his pedal board, and I was like, wow! But he's also pushed my dad's age, and I know he bought them new from Ardens, because I remember when Ardens carried PV effects pedals. What's up, young Mr. Radford? Merry Christmas. They have a 100 on the name. Okay, good to know.
We got Hot Foot Distortion.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, those were the ones. Yeah, they're weird looking, eh? And they're big. They're bigger than a Boss pedal.
Oh, okay, yeah, those are definitely weird.
That's some
ones,
kind of
yeah.
ugly.
Oh, dude, yeah.
There's what I was talking about
There's
in
the
the
whole-
private chat. It's right
whole family.
there, anyways.
Oh,
Delta
wow.
Stomp.
PV effects database. Yeah, that's all of them right there, eh?
Oh, wow, yeah. That's crazy.
But I never see them in the wild. Never see them in the
No.
wild.
It's
I've
kind
never
of
seen one.
cool. The Stomper, it kind of almost looks like a speaker grill.
Yeah, that might be the idea behind it. Come to think of it. So,
Probably
Yep,
feel really
that-
weird when you step on those.
weird. Hobo Roadie asks, what color do I prefer? I don't know. I guess my favorite color is kind of like probably candy apple red these days. Let's go with that. It's one of my default favorites.
Wow, that's awesome. Tokai chorus pedal. That's what I was saying. That was my first
Yeah,
effects
Tokai
pedal.
pedal. That'd be cool.
Was a Tokai analog delay.
Oh, BC Rich has a PV bass effects. Okay, sure. Yeah, rack mount bass unit. Wow, cool. I got rid of my last PV Rage about 10 years ago. Unbelievable. I sold it to Mark Taft. I do not need another
Still
PV
find
Rage in
them
my
a
life.
dime a dozen.
Which would be, that'd be a video. Can we collapse the front end of a PV Rage? And I'll just hit it with like my highest output fuzz pedal and it just...
I think actually somebody did try to do that. Ended
Actually,
up
what's my
sounding
highest
really
gain
nice.
pedal? Possibly, well, I do have a metal zone on tap if needed. And then there's, I think if the one of the Ibanez's is back there. Ibanez's is the Smash Box. I think it's got a shit ton of gain.
Yeah.
What else? What else has a bunch of gain? Well, those are two. Yeah, I don't have a full bore metal anymore. Got rid of that. That's cool. I remember plugging that in after not using it for a couple of years. I'm like, how? How did I use this? That's all so much gain. It's great for chugging.
Stand way back.
Makes me think of that one.
I do not have any Arian pedals. Arian.
Yeah.
Arian. I don't have any of those. They're what? They're like the Ibanez, but different, basically.
They're also
No.
plastic.
No, I'm thinking Maxon. Those are the
It doesn't even Max
Say
on it.
what?
All right.
the Orion had the Orion Chorus. That's the one you got to look for.
I had the compressor sustainer of that, and it actually was nice.
PJ and the Beard. What's up?
Hey,
Merry Christmas to
same
you.
to you, PJ and the Beard. You heard the wah. Yeah.
I was shocked. Oh, you want to talk about a shocking situation? Again, when I was over at the Long Andor McQuaid, picking up the curly cable, Remember I dropped off a pedal or a couple dozen, Terry?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And they said, well, we're going to hold them back for Black Friday, right? Well, it's been a while. I never made it back over there. So when I'm over there a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, whatever that was, I look in the display case of the used section. One of my old pedals left.
Oh, wow.
So they shipped them off to other stores, or there's a bunch of people that don't look at fucking Kijiji because they could have all had them on Kijiji.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That'd be a real piss off.
But on the other hand, I was like, good on them, because that just means I can sell more shit to them because they know they can move it.
Yeah, true. If they make a note that they're getting product from you that they're able to sell easily, yeah, it would make them more interested in buying stuff from you.
Well, it was funny is how many pedals I brought in. He's like, these things are like new. I'm like, no, they are new. They're not like new. They're taken out of a box. A demo was done on them. They went back in the box. They're new.
RJ asking LPD if there's any...
Yeah, he did a discount, I think, last week. I don't know if he's going to do another one this week or not.
Yeah.
There was a site-wide discount code last week, I think it was, in the email blast. Best way on that, RJ, is to sign up for his newsletter. Because he doesn't spam you with, like, every day. I'm looking at you, Reverb. Every day. At least once a day. I'd unsubscribe to that. I don't care. What other pedals do I want? I don't know. All of them.
Year of the Amp.
I don't know. I might be working on a fairly large trade that will end up me parting with a variety of gear, and then there could possibly be something new right about here, we'll say. Could start with an M, end with an L. I'm working on.
Muriel?
Yeah, Muriel.
Yeah.
Marvell. That's right, Marvell.
Yeah. So, possibly sitting over there in the not too distant future. Separate head and cab, no less.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, kinky.
Yep. And he's like, I'm kind of sick of this tone. And he's like, you want it? I said, no. And then I start thinking about it. I'm like, on the other hand, maybe. Because I need another speaker cab in my life.
Right.
But you do need another head.
No, I don't.
Well, one that works.
Yeah, but it's something I can easily flip. I'll say it. Marshall DSL 20, so.
Ooh.
Those are pretty cool.
Those are supposed to be really good.
When you're done with it, I'll buy it off you.
There we go.
Sounds
Now
like
there is that's the unicorn beast, right? A Rockman. I wouldn't mind. I still want a Rockman. Rack mount Rockman, don't care. Just some form of Rockman.
I was going to say, I thought RJ got something like that earlier this year, but
he's got all the Rockmans at this point, pretty much.
But then that's when I realized that it was actually a real, genuine Rockman, not a wannabe Rockman.
I don't think he has a rack mount one yet.
No.
There is a Rockman plug-in, but I don't do plug-ins because I don't know where to plug my guitar in. That's why I don't do plug-ins.
Doesn't have a USB port.
There's no USB port on my guitar, Trev, and then I don't see a 1/4-inch jack on the laptop. So I guess I'm out of luck.
Yeah.
Can't go digital.
Screen goes funky every time.
Nope. Maybe one day, but probably not.
Yes, Ben's like the littlest hobo when it comes to analog and digital stuff.
You're much better off.
Maybe one day he'll settle down.
Come on, join the 21st century. No deal.
Where can I get a rotary dial cell phone? What? They don't sell them. That's
Hey, I don't even look
bullshit.
at most menus anymore. Yeah, when you call someplace, first of all, you don't talk to anybody, even though it sounds like somebody because it's AI. It used to be you just hit 0 enough times you get through to a real person.
Yeah.
That doesn't work anymore. I don't
Yeah.
recognize that command. Fuck you. You do. You just choose not to.
Then you curse and swear at them, swear at the AI, and then the AI goes, "We will connect you to that extension." 1 second.
Well, see, now, Michael Crow says plugins don't cost $400 though. True. However, then I'm listening to me playing through laptop speakers because I would have to get some form of studio monitor set up, and that's going to cost me an easy $400.
You got to get the interface, right? Maybe a mixer. And you got to get yourself some decent monitors of some sort. You know,
Exactly. That's the thing is monitoring it.
Next thing you know, you're spending as much money as you could just to buy an amp.
Yeah.
And you also don't want to be using onboard sound. You'd want a dedicated sound card for that, so that'd be like a 1 to 2 bills.
Nope. If anything, I'll get some outboard rack gear, studio gear, and then DAW it in.
You can run the monitors off of the interface.
Can. Yeah, I got one of them over there collecting dust. I plugged it in once.
The big thing.
I don't even think I have a DAW on this computer. I really should do that at some point.
Get some Reaper.
Yeah, snag a copy of Reaper.
Exactly.
Well, wasn't Steve saying that last night, talking about that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then again, that's one of the reasons I hooked up with my buddy Jason over at Lambert Drive Studios for 2023, so I don't have to do all that. He can do that. I just play and he presses record.
Perfect.
And says, "I'm eating pizza. I'm
That's
gonna go
right.
get pizza now."
That's Rex. That's not Jason.
Oh, yeah. Duh.
Although Jason likes his pizza. I'm not going to lie. I'm sure he does, but... Although we got the mic set up now, with the mixer. We're getting close. I'm basically, I just have to get a lav mic. So I got to get an adapter. And I know if I go over to Longquay and pay $5 for a fucking 3.5 mil to 1/4 inch adapter, I'll find 14 of them around here the minute I step back in the house.
Yeah.
Never
That's
fails.
true.
Oh, never fails.
I've been
I
there.
asked my sister if she's got any spares around too, because I got to go to her place anyways. What I like to do is get my old man's reel-to-reel tape machine. I'll just record the tape, 2-channel. Perfect.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I did do that back in the 90s. That's what I do. I had one, although I'd have to get new tape because that tape's probably so brittle at this point, and I don't think we had any blank tape left. There was
Can you still
one.
get that?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's what, 1/4 inch? Be about 1/4 inch tape.
Sounds about right.
10-inch or 7?
7-inch reels, I think. Yeah, that would have had 7-inch reels, I think, on Sony's. Cassette 4-track, be a hipster. I'm going to be older than that. It'll be a 2-track reel-to-reel. Likely picking up the motor inside, humming away.
Oh, there you go. Year of the Tascam.
Year of the Tascam.
I had a Tascam Portal Studio 1, and man, that thing was a blast. It was a blast. Record 3 tracks, do a 4th, bounce everything over.
That's what I was doing with the reel-to-reel, bouncing tracks back and forth. Play to the left, record on the right. Record on the left, playing back to the right. Just bounce back. With no self-monitoring, so you actually had to do dual input and record miking your own speaker on playback and playing alongside.
Right on.
Year of the collab song.
Actually, that reminds me. I do have one recording thing I got to get done sooner than later. One of the reasons I got it. Actually, I can do that. I might be able to record that right into my phone. Aha!
Mixer?
Now that I'm set up with the mixer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta record a little thing for an intro that he can loop. I think it's either going to be used as a background music for a photo thing, or it's an intro to a video. I don't know exactly. He's like, basically just needs a little rockabilly riff that he can loop. And I'm like, he's like, can you do that? Yes. I'm like, just tell me the tempo. Do you want boogie? Do you want some swing with it? Do you want the straight 2-string Memphis style? Like, what do you want? Here's the Leslie. Like actual Leslie's? Oh. Who's doing the cartage on that? I brought another Leslie home. Down the stairs. All demos will start being shot from the garage, Trav, because it's going to get unloaded into the garage, and then when it goes back, it's out.
Yeah, that would be easy to do a shoot out of that.
Well, and the other thing was started thinking is, Long McQuaid does a lot of gear rental of basically their entire inventory.
Yeah,
I could go over, snag on a piece of gear for a weekend.
Yeah?
Which I've been debating, but if viewer numbers were a bit more than, to cover the cost of rental, then it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at a Fostex 24-channel Fostex recording board, $600 used at a music store around, when was that? 10, 11 years ago. And the only reason I didn't bite is because it was completely analog, and I'm like, then I still got to get the digitals for that. But it was a 24-track Fostex recording board just sitting there. I'm like, how did that end up? I'm like, who had that? Like, in this area that ends up in a music store used. I'm like, where was the 24-track studio that went into business locally? That's what I want to know. Where was that space?
Yeah.
Yeah, see you, Billy.
Maybe good stuff back in the day.
We'll see if Billy comes back. He might have a dead battery. Not sure. Ross Effects. There's another one I got to keep eye on. Ross Effects, Terry.
Oh, wow.
They're like unicorns out in the wild these days, though. Because they're like 70s.
Yeah. Well, effects. I think there was amps even.
That's the other option. Yeah, just digital board. Because previous was my analog board that I just used, I believe, the headphone out or one of the outputs into the mic input of the laptop. See you, Ferd. See you tomorrow, buddy.
Bird. Turkey's kicking in.
Have a good night, Bird.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I'm getting drowsy, so...
What time is it?
10:20.
Yeah, we'll go a few more minutes here and probably wrap things up. I didn't realize, wow, we already 2 hours.
Gandhi.
Yeah, I'll wait.
So that's how you know it's time to wrap up a show, is when Ferd's like, I'm done. I can't.
Yeah, I know.
Can't.
Well, I was watching Billy and his eyes are going closing slower and slower, and I'm like, oh, God. It's making
well, Billy's
me
used to getting up at like 3 or 4 in the morning or something ridiculous.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I get it. Billy messaged me yesterday. He's, hey, I don't have to work Monday. I'm like, you're in.
So that reminds me. This Monday, so tomorrow, what is it? Is it regular, or is that when...
Pete's next week.
Pete's next week?
By the way, folks, 1 week from tomorrow, we got Pete Thorne hopefully coming on. Got to touch base with him this coming week to confirm that.
Yeah,
in theory.
New Year.
And then 1 week from tonight, basically the same thing you see tonight, but it'll be next year with our New Year's Day extravaganza. Michael B. Cheers, my friend. Merry Christmas to you.
Yeah. Night, Michael B.
Great to see you.
Have a good night, man.
Yeah. I don't know what we got coming up for tomorrow's show. Live Q&A, I guess. Sure, we'll go with that. There might be a theme. Probably not.
The theme, Boxing Day.
Boxing Day.
The theme is
I'm going to go to
Monday.
Long McQuaid or Lone Wolf McQuaid, as we call it. See what I can scrounge up there tomorrow. Maybe something.
Yeah.
Something
All
for
right,
show
on.
and tell.
Actually, yeah. It looked like, dare I say, a bit of the ice melted on the driveway today because, even though it was below zero, the sun, there was a lack of clouds due to the wind, so it was able to beat on it a bit. Van's basically clean. Sweet. It's like, yeah, I'll just ride it out. Let the sunshine melt that snow and ice off the van before I actually have to use it again. See ya, Philip. Have a good one, buddy. Merry Christmas to you.
Cheers.
Yeah, right on. Have a good night.
Oh, you had me for a second, Ryan. Holly's like, I got a Ross distortion pedal from the 70s. I'm like, and he's like, but it's only a husk. Oh. But it looks like new. No, I don't know. Did the Ross pedals look like can a fella without killing himself? No. He needs to reach over there, but he's got to go around due to all the pedals on the floor. Right? What am I looking for? That's the one I'm looking for. Well, I don't use that anymore. I might get rid of that pedal. All right. Does it look like that, but not say Memphis?
Yeah.
This might go on the board. Forgot about this. Because the nice thing about this, Terry, is it's a mini flange, as it says, which just means less sweep. But it's only got it's got two knobs. Yeah, but there's the speed knob, so phase 90 style, Trev.
Yeah.
The other one says emphasis, which they could have saved on the silk screen, just put blend.
Yeah.
So this thing, as you can see by the setting, I would run it blended down a bit. So dry signal with a little something going on underneath. That's why I was talking the other night about a blended phase is like, so on my wish list, because you do that. Ken's sitting there having a pint up at the bar while I'm playing, and all of a sudden he's like, what is going on with his tone? Like, it's straight. It sounds like straight dirt, but there's some movement under there. Like, I don't see a second amp. He's not running stereo. Like, it's not a wet dry situation. What? And then at the end of the set, we're like, we're going to go, fill our boots, and we'll be back in 15 minutes. And then as soon as I'm hanging the guitar on the stand, Ken's already there. What's fella doing there? What? They're like, oh, you talking about the blended flange? You're like, that's what it was, a blended flange.
Mental note.
Yep. I put it on the board for band practice, and Rich is like, what's that? I'm like, you know what that is. He's like, is that the old? I'm like, yep, it is. Cool.
That's the way I'd rather do all my effects. Blend. As
exactly.
To...
Saves a fella's back. You don't have to carry a second amp and do a wet dry setup. Just saying.
Yeah. And it works really. I've tried a few pedals like that where you can actually kind of blend it.
Oh, dropped in the two knobs and the four rubber. Right. I know the one you're talking about, Brian. Michael Crow says you should never have to get out of bed before the roosters wake up. Agreed. Which is not bad this time of year because it was dark till damn near 8 a.m. before the time change.
Yeah.
They'd only wake me up once.
And then they'd be served for dinner.
Did I just say that?
Maybe. So yeah, quite the show tonight. It was fun. Group hang. Nice people that were either sick of their in-laws or their in-laws were sick of them, or whatever. Mm-hmm. Mesa Guitar Guy says I retired last week, so I'll be sleeping in. Sweet, congratulations!
Nice. Right on. Cool. Enjoy, man.
Yeah, you're gonna have much more time to noodle, much more, till the honeydew list
yes.
starts expanded upon.
Hey, other Terry. Same to you.
Ooh,
Merry Christmas.
that's all the Coca-Cola deciding to come up now. Perfect. Yeah, Merry Christmas to you, Terry. Awesome.
And now you got the mim burps.
I got the mim burps. So, yeah, I think we'll probably wrap
Honestly,
things up.
doesn't taste like.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, does it taste like the American or like the MIM?
Yeah, burps about the same. There we go. Well, we'll do this again tomorrow. Mazel. I'm
Yep.
not really going anywhere. And then see Ryan may or may not join us from Alabama. Roll Tide. Nope. Yes. There we are. Unbelievable. We'll see you. And yeah, so he's been Trev, that's been Terry, and Ken over there, and I've been me. Y'all been y'all. And this has been another Sunday Night Hang brought to you by the people it's brought to you by, which is me hitting the on button and Google allowing me to. That's how that works. Oh, and Bell for supplying the connection, and Hydro One for the electricity to power the devices. And what's the name of this thing? What's this? An Aspire 5. I don't know who makes this thing, but they're allowing me to do stuff, I guess. Sure. I don't know. Mayhem picked it out a few years ago.
Acer, probably.
Acer.
Yeah,
there it is. Yeah, right.
It's an Acer Aspire.
As soon as you said it, I finally said that I've only been staring at the logo for 4 years now. Right there. Sure. Best Buy. It was the floor model because I didn't want to wait. Plus, I snagged a discount on it because it was the floor model. I'm like, well, it works.
Yeah.
I can see it. It works, clearly. And then he came out of the back and he's like, I've got the box. I'm like, he's got the box. Then we had a moment. We didn't have one.
There's a tune in there.
Yep. And then I bought it and then handed it to Mayhem, and then he gave it to me a day or two later after he did his stuff to it that he did. I don't know what he did to it. Probably open it up.
You got to decrapify your new laptop.
Basic polymers and some duct tape.
Yeah.
So, on that note,
C:/format.
Exactly. Hold the doors open. Let Ryan Hall in the heady in traffic. He's got to get to Alabama.
Alabama.
Man on a
Just
mission.
saying. And yeah, and if you're not in Alabama or Tennessee and he's heady in traffic, he's lost. So let him go through because he's going to be late because he's lost. And
Get out of the way.
to each other because Doug's wife's real. Have the merriest of Merry Christmases and Happy Holidays. Celebrate whatever you want, and if you don't celebrate anything, that's fine too. Saves on the wallet. Just saying. Be good to each other. That's the main thing. We'll see y'all tomorrow. And don't litter wrapping, and don't burn the wrapping paper in the fireplace. Burn it outside in the burn pit. No, don't do that either.
Or in the $35 guitar.
Stick it in the $35 guitar. Then full send on the latest build. Yep. And cue Dale. Exactly. Dale at the end.
See you.
Dale at the
Right
end.
on.
Have a good night. Merry Christmas.
Dale at the end.
See you, Dale. Bye, Dale.
Dale at the end. Dale at the end. Dale is not at the end. Dale is actually having fun time with his family. Dale has a life. Who knew?
Maybe.
Don't know. We got a copyright. We don't use that one anymore. What are we going to play there then? I don't know. I had to go, oh, riff. Riff. See? People at the end. I don't know. Go back. What am I going to do? Brand. That's right. Sure. Mazel.
Hey Ben, if you really want your guitar to sound weird, get a 12-string pack of strings and then throw out the 6-string set and then take the high 6-string set and then drop that down to a B and put them on your 6-string guitar. Snort! I'm gonna eat pizza.